Hey, what is up everyone? So today I have the Versa right behind me. So what I'm about to be doing today is checking on the back brakes because this whole maybe last week all I've been hearing is like a pulsating noise on it while driving. So my really biggest fear was that it was going to be the ball bearing again from the back. So you guys remember a couple, I want to say about maybe last month, we had changed the wheel bearing out and that was really shot to shit. So now I'm hoping that it's just the brake. So I already bought the brakes ahead of time just to make sure in case it was that I didn't have to put it back together and try to go get another one, since I'm not taking out the BMW for now. So let me go ahead and start taking that off, and we'll see how that goes. So I mean, it's just the basic concept of how to change the drum brake. It's always been the same for me. I'm not going to be changing any of the springs or anything like that just because the car is new. But some cars that are older, like it feels like the BMW but it doesn't have drum brakes, or if it was the Corolla you guys seen in the other videos, if it was something like that, then of course you would want to change the springs, the tensioner, all that kind of stuff on there. But for this, we're just going to change out the brake shoes. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's get started. Alright, so we're to get this open. It's not like the other ones I usually hit it with the hammer here and it'll pop right out. No, for this one I have to make sure we take off this lug off first and then we can go from there. So yeah, but remember, before you do all this, make sure you don't have your e-brake on. So if your handbrake is on, make sure that it just won't come out. So you want to make sure that that is not engaged. So disengage it, put some stoppers in the front, and you're good to go from there. Once you're pulling all this out, you're going to have to take out these clips right here that hold it in place, as well as maybe loosen up the tensioner here to make sure that the springs compress a little bit more, and then it's just easier to pull out. So we're going to go from there. Alright, so I mean, after everything, had to fiddle around here because I was having some of the same issues where I couldn't get these guys to lock in place, and then after it was this. So the easiest thing to do here, which I might replicate on the other side, is I would recommend is install this part first, then you got this guy here. Of course this has to be off, so on the floor you can do this, and then afterwards you go ahead and start mounting this up. Make sure that these guys here on the bottom also get put in, so you're gonna have to stretch it out, and then these pins here, since they come in from the back, you put them in and you slip this one right on. This guy here, this one, seriously, this one is really difficult. So I found it helpful. I try to compress it with this, but instead it's just helpful if you push it down, and then you grab this guy, then you push right down into it with force, and it slips right in. You're good to go. After that, just make sure everything's good, make any adjustments if you need to, and yeah, that should be all there. Of course, again, another wheel bearing that was just changed 2 months ago went out. I'm not sure why it keeps doing it. It's in the rear, it should be fine. So either that ball bearing was not good, or there's something wrong with this car that keeps doing it. This is irritating. Alright, so well, unfortunately, you guys already saw what had to be done for changing the brakes, but at the same time, it was what I was fearing the most, which was the wheel bearing again. So I put them inside the garage. I'm just gonna wait for some time to come back for my business trip that I have later on, change that wheel bearing out, and that's it. As soon as I put on the hub, it fell completely apart. Actually, you guys can even see here. Those are the ball bearings inside. So yeah. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is leave it as that. Hopefully you guys have the informative video on how to change rear drum brakes. So catch you guys on the next one. See ya.